Hello, Vishak here. What is up, my friends? In this episode, I want to talk about how can you lose weight without exercise. I know it's a funny question, but then I still have to answer that. So basically, I was just doing a little bit of research, and I was really going deep. And then I found it funny that people are asking to, you need to chew a lot, and then you need to be without any distractions and all that. So when I had to do it like with my own knowledge, so I just put in few steps that you can possibly take it so that you'll be able to get the result, right? So what is more important is that you need to understand your body. That's the first predominant factor that you need to be getting into your uh, system. Okay, you need to get that concept right. What is your type of body? So all these things are like I'm covering in depth in my course, which is a human framework. I mean, transform framework. So in that, there are a lot of people who has got the results and all that with just by using this methodology. So what you need to understand is body type. Okay, endomorph, ectomorph, mesomorph. There are three types. Okay, there are five types. In between there are like two, but on a whole, I can say there are like three body types. So anybody who is on this planet Earth, any human being on this planet Earth, will fall into these three categories. Okay, so from there, once you establish what is your type, from there you will be able to take things forward in a different approach. Okay, so ectomorph is on a slimmer side. People with a thin frame, people who are looking skinny and all that, they fall into that category. Mesomorph is like on a medium range. They have a bit of muscle, they have a bit of fat. It's easy for them to build the muscle, get the fat as well at the same time, right? Another one is a endomorph. So endomorph is on the higher side. People are generally, it's just the genetics. All of these things are like determined by genetics. They have their frame on the higher side. They have a very wobble muscle. I mean, the muscles are not in shape. They have a very loose body. The structure or the frame or the skeletal frame is like on a higher side. You must have heard that people are talking about, even if I drink the water, it's just I'm not losing weight. People like that, they fall into that category. So you need to understand certain things, which is the pretty basic, and from there you will be able to take things forward. Once you establish that, how are you going to do it with your lifestyle? So if you're taking a look, if you're approaching the diet as a diet, which is predominantly be a short term for 6 months, 3 months, or whatever that could be, right? I mean, this is what people are professing. People are advising them to take it so that they'll be having a very fixed mindset of 3 months to 6 months or 1 year, and after that I can just do whatever I want, right? So that is not the right way to approach this whole thing, because it is going to be a lifestyle. It is going to be your body who is in test. Okay, so you cannot put your body into multiple things. It is going to wreck you up. Okay, so instead what you can do is you need to adapt certain types of lifestyle so that you can have it for the rest of your life. Now that is more important. It's not like 3 months somebody is going on a diet and after that they get back and they can do whatever they want. Unfortunately, it's not that simple, because there's something called the starvation effect. Starvation effect. I think it's starvation effect. Okay. So once the starvation effect is coming into play, that means you will be able to, or you might be able to see the results within, say, a few months. But the problem is that due to the calorie deficit, you would eventually gain back all the weight that you have lost. Okay, because it's not just about fat you're losing. You're losing a lot of weight. I mean, you're losing a lot of water. You're losing a lot of glycogen, muscle glycogen, which is stored carbohydrates. So when it comes to fat loss, when it comes to losing fat without exercise, right, it's going to take a long time, because it's pretty hard for your body to actually metabolize certain things. Okay, so if you have like a lot of fat contaminated in your system, did I just say contaminated? It just gets me all the time. Excuse me. If there is a lot of fat that is conserved in your system, it is pretty hard to get that out. Okay, the fat will have to go only through air. That's how the fat is getting out of the body, through the air. Your heart, excuse me, your heart is pumping your blood, and the blood is getting purified, and then eventually it gets out as a carbon dioxide, and that's how the fat comes out. Okay, so this is how much breath it actually takes for you to exhale so that all the fat can be burnt out, right? So exercise will help you not just to burn off the fat, but also for your body to be better, perform better, function better. Okay, you gain strength, you get lean, you get flexible. There's a lot of other benefits. Okay, but People are trying to avoid that and take a shortcut. Unfortunately, this is never a shortcut. It's really, really, really long way to go if you want to do it without the exercise. Okay, I just want to tell you the fact. I know truth hurts, but unfortunately, I don't want to give you some fake information where you get some. This is not overnight success. This is not some overnight fat loss journey. This is not 1 week, how to lose one weight in 1 month, how to lose weight in 1 week. No, this is not what it is. If this is what you're expecting, you're watching the wrong video. But I can tell you, you would be able to see the result only in the long run though. But you can do it due to if you incorporate certain things. Okay, so without further ado, let's how to lose weight without the exercise. So the first thing what I want you to understand is the metabolism. Metabolism is nothing but your energy expenditure, how much energy you are spending, right? So we all are spending various amount of energy at various levels. By levels, I mean the amount of physical activity that we have throughout the day. Okay, somebody will be like 3 hours in the gym, somebody will be a construction worker, somebody will be sitting in the office for 28 hours per day. You get the point. So this is purely driven by the physical activity. Your metabolism is completely driven by the physical activity, and also the way you have your food. Okay, so if you have like, let's say, frequently, if you're eating frequently about 6 times a day, 5 times a day, that means your metabolism is highly likely for it to shoot up. Okay, that is something that you need to be there. So if a person is having a slow metabolism, that means a very less expenditure. That means you're barely burning out the calories. But at the same time, if somebody's having a fast metabolism, that means they are burning the fat even when they are sitting. Now, how can you possibly get that? That would be with your physical activity. Now considering that you want to get that off, so the only way is you need to go through the slow metabolism. So whatever the fat you are able to burn, let's say within 1 week, you'll be able to burn it only in 1 month, or maybe even longer. I would say much longer, but just a hypothetical situation. Next one is the frequency. Like I said, your meal frequency should be either 2 meals or 6 meals. 2 meals I would not necessarily recommend, but 2 meals is kind of effective for people who want to fast track the whole journey, right? 2 meals is nothing but the intermittent fasting that I'm talking about. There is another video which talks completely about 2 meals, how you're supposed to approach the intermittent fasting. Okay, just go to my YouTube channel, you'll be finding it. Or so yes, 2 meals is nothing but you need to have two ratios. One is 18:6, that is nothing but 18 hours of fasting and 6 hours of eating, or 16:8, 16 hours of fasting and then 8 hours of eating. That's how you should basically approach it. But again, it doesn't work for like 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, or nothing like that. It has to be like forever. If you're practicing certain things, you need to keep it consistent for a longer period of time for your body to actually get adapted towards that. Only then you'll be able to get that. So that is with the frequency. The next one is the rest. So this purely depends on the time amount of rest that you have in a day. So if rest and stress, it kind of goes hand in hand. Okay, the less rest that you have, the more rest that your body is asking. That means there is a hormone called as a cortisol. It's nothing but a stress hormone that kicks in when your cortisol is high in your body. That means your fat is like, it's not going out. It arrests. The whole fat burning process has been arrested because your body is just trying to save itself because of the stress. Okay, so if you're highly stressed mentally, physically, whatever, you will not be able to burn the fat off because of stress hormone, right? That's how it basically functions. Your body basically functions. So I would not necessarily say 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever is convenient, as long as you have a deep sleep. Okay, the quality is more important than the quality. So take good care of it, and don't have like a typical late night sleep and then go to bed on a decent hours and then wake up at the decent hours. I mean, that's going to be like, it's going to pay off in the long run. That's what's more important, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. So the next one, coming back to the next one, is the fats. So this is again something which actually sounds a little counterintuitive, but then it's not. The only thing is, like, you need to be having a lot of fats, which are like good fats. You need to have like a lot of omegas and things like that. Okay, So basically what happens is like there is something called as HDL and LDL. So this is nothing but the different types of fat. I don't want to go too much into the science, but just remember bad cholesterol should be out. So what you need to do is you need to put in a lot of good cholesterol. Point simple. Okay, cholesterol is not actually bad, but the more it goes, it is obviously harmful. Okay, it wouldn't sustain in the long. I mean, your body wouldn't sustain for the long run, because that is actually the reason as to what is causing you the block, artery block, heart block, and things like that. But just make sure that you're consuming enough fat, and not don't go overboard again. But make sure that you're keeping it consistent. Go for a lot of vegetables. Take a lot of fiber, and keep it consistent. The longer you keep it with this kind of lifestyle, there is chances of you likely for your body to go down. But don't expect stamina, don't expect strength, don't expect the flexibility, because all these things only comes out of physical activity. If you're just staying idle, if you're just sitting, and if you want to lose weight only by the diet, the only way is a calorie deficit, which is, yeah, it's called a starvation response. So when you this is what most people do when they want to lose weight. They think that, okay, not eating is losing weight. Okay, I can that's actually going to backfire you like big time, because you start cutting on your calories. That means your body is eventually going into starvation mode. That means first thing is like your fat is not going to burn. Next thing is like every possible meal that you're going to take after the starvation is going to highly likely be turned as a fat. So this is called a starvation response. So this is kind of similar for all types of body. Okay, so never cut the calories. If you want to burn more, make sure you eat more. This is very important. Okay, if you want to burn more, make sure you eat more. Don't cut on the calories. So that is pretty much it with how to eat. I mean, how to lose weight without exercise. Okay, so I hope you've got enough value, and I will see you on the next episode. Until then, you stay hard and kill it. Bye bye.